So I wake up this morning, and of course, there's a well-written, very well thought through, not press release from the Biden-Harris administration that says that Trump is claiming that there's going to be a bloodbath if he doesn't win in November, which is exactly why Mike Pence, of all people, did not support him for re-election. So let me just put this in context. This is the exact same thing they did in the previous election where they said that Trump mislabeled Mexicans and Hispanic Americans. They took something he said out of context, same exact situation. So I encourage you all to actually watch that clip because, again, this is this mass propaganda, almost drive-by political character assassination that they try to do here. But to put it in perspective, this administration, the Democrat Party, literally has sitting members of Congress, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Nadler, that said that if we don't allow for open borders, if we don't essentially bring in migrant workers, who's going to be in the field to pick the crops, right? You had this administration, this president playing Despacito and his wife calling Hispanic Americans breakfast tacos. And they say that Trump's a racist.
So Donald Trump is now threatening the American people and people who don't like him. At his rally today, he said that there's going to be, quote, a bloodbath if he loses in November. It's crazy. Take a look at the clip.
Yes, this is one of the reasons I stopped taking the mainstream media seriously. When you take a look at this tweet Trump recently put out, Trump react to bloodbath hoax fabricated by the mainstream media. Right, the fake news media and their Democrat partners in the destruction of our nation pretended to be shocked at my use of the word bloodbath, even though they fully understood that I was simply referring to import allowed by crook Joe Biden, which are killing the automobile industry. The United Auto Workers, but not their leadership, fully understand what I mean. With the electric car mandate being pushed by Biden, there soon won't be any cars made in the United States unless I'm elected president, in which case auto manufacturing will thrive like never before. MAGA 2024. This is what Trump truly said. But the mainstream media left that part out, edited it, and even Joe Biden campaign had to play this video over and over. That is to show you how dishonest these people can be.
I ain't never heard of them being racist prior to running for president. That's just me though. I mean, because any two ways you look at it, the man won his presidency without the black vote. What he need it for? What he need us for? Tell me what he need me for. He don't need me. But for some reason, he always get up on that stage talking about how low black unemployment is. Because he legitimately cares. You never heard Obama get on stage talking about black unemployment. He couldn't. Because under his first 2 years with a Democratic Congress, it doubled. Black unemployment under Barack Obama doubled. How many of y'all know that? It doubled. It literally doubled. It went from 8% to 16%. How you get around that and no media say nothing about that? But Donald Trump getting it to the lowest it's ever been recorded. Like I said, he don't need us. He does not need the black vote. The black vote didn't put him in office. The black vote ain't going to take him out of office. But the fact that he gets up there on them stages every chance he get and tells us how we are doing, because I ain't going to say that. We too crazy to realize it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to do that. He ain't got to get up there when he was running for president. He didn't have to get out there talking about, what do you have to lose? Vote for me. He didn't have to do that. But he did. And we grateful that he did. You know, it's some smart folks out there that happen to be darker skinned like me. You just got to find them. See, a lot of them scared to say something because they scared somebody going to say something back to me. I'm a step. What's up? You got something to say about Donald Trump? What? I ain't got no MAGA hat. My damn head too damn big to be trying to wear a MAGA hat. So I can't wear no MAGA hat out nowhere. But I got a MAGA sweater in there that I wear. I wore it to work. Nobody said nothing. I'm a big old bitch. They better not say nothing.
Yes. Do you know why I'm happy? People are saying the truth. I saw what happened recently on X, Twitter. They had to debunk this, bringing the real video so people can see exactly what Trump said. This black lady, spewing out like we are tired of Democrat. In as much they are trying to push this kind of bad narrative about Trump, we will not back down. We are voting for Trump.
I thought that y'all were done with the tomfoolery today, but apparently not. What is a day where I don't call out the great Harry Sisson? So here we go.
So Donald Trump is now threatening the American people and people who don't like him. At his rally today, he said that there's going to be, quote, a bloodbath if he loses.
Lord, when is this child gonna stop? Every single clip that he shares is out of context and does not include the entire video of what he was actually talking about. If you want to know what he was actually saying, watch the full clip. Here we go.
China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they think that they're going to sell those cars into the United States with no tax at the border. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. Now, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole, that's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. But they're not going to sell those cars. They're building massive factories. A friend of mine, all he does is build car manufacturing plants. He's the
He was talking about the auto industry going to Mexico and China, and it didn't feel very threatening to me. Did it feel threatening to you, Harry? Because it must have, if you were willing to take a video completely out of context and lie to all of your followers like you do every single day. I wonder when they're going to get tired of you.
Twitter at this point, will not permit what they have been doing in the past. Yes, these are the same talking points, they have been putting out in the past. Like Trump did this, Trump did, we saw the Russian hoax. This is just similar. During the election period, to pick videos out of context, to pass their narrative. When you take a look at this tweet, somebody sent out reply to this small twat who tried to go off on Trump. Your leftists burned down the entire country and beat up the cops for several months. You have no right to say anything about political violence. 99% of political violence comes from your Democratic Party, not from Trump supporters. If you all had been transparent instead of blocking Trump supporters from investigating the election January 6th, never would have happened. In the first place, it is not even real political violence. All you do is a lie. This Harry, Biden paid influencers are doing a lot nowadays, trying to, they had a meeting actually, to be spewing out this nonsense, especially young voters, but it's still not working out. This is what the guy said. Trump is insane. He is one again promising to pardon a January 6th on his first day in office.
So he says his bloodbath comment was referring to the auto industry. Now, I don't know if that's how y'all heard it, but that's not how it sounded to me. But what do you think about, do you care? Because he does this every week now. Every 3 or 4 days he says something outrageous, and then we flock to talk about it. What's your
I do
thoughts?
think it matters. So I know how Republican voters think, and the average person doesn't probably consume media and political media, especially as much as we do. And my worry is this, the bloodbath comment over the weekend was wall-to-wall coverage. And a lot of Republicans are going to see the headline and then see what he said and say, oh, wait, he's talking about auto workers. But what they won't hear is the other part that we played there. January 6 hostages, playing an alternative national anthem. That is so un-American, saying Liz Cheney and the January 6th committee should be in jail.
Obviously, he's talking about a bloodbath for America. It's laid out in the terms of it. And these idiots on Twitter, these idiots on cable news, these idiots on Sunday shows going, well, yeah, presidents,
Hollywood unsuccessfully.
No worse host than Jimmy Kimmel at the Oscars.
My first year voting, I just wanted to come on here and talk about this, especially after the